I'm sure you guys have seen those beautiful Cadillacs out there in the lobby. You guys want one of those? Yes. They're awesome. And I'm sure you're wondering, well, what do I need to do to get that done? So we have an amazing panel today of some Cadillac drivers that are going to share just that, how to get this done. So I would like to welcome to the stage my personal mentor and inspiration and my AmeriPlan mom, Miss Janie Jones.
Something really exciting, and that's a Cadillac program. Have you seen that? Well, Christy was talking about the Cadillac out there, and it's so funny because when they first announced the Cadillac program, you know, the first thing I said, oh cool, how exciting. Let me go and see who of my team member has already earned the Cadillac. And then I thought, and let me go and see who's close to it. And then I got a call. It's like, hey, you've already met the qualification. You get this car. You know, and a normal person would be excited, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm like, you know, I am not really like a car person. You know, I used to drive a minivan. I was very happy driving a minivan. I know that sounds weird, but I like my minivan. So I said, okay, well, can I talk to Michael about this? I know, they can't even give me a Cadillac, right? So I was talking to Michael and I said, hey, I got a call from corporate that we, you know, earned this Cadillac, and I don't know, do you think we need one? And then he goes, Janie, you worked hard, you earned it, just get the Cadillac. He goes, trust me. Just get it, you know, you're gonna love it. He said, and, you know, and get the sports one, by the way. He said, you've never had a sports car. You know, you can get it, and you can take me out to lunch on that car. And I said, all right, okay, I guess I'll get it. You know, so they brought the car over, and I got in it, I started driving it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. You know, all of a sudden I'm like, where's my cool shades? You know, and I'm like, is my hair done? Where's my lipstick? You know, and I was just hooked. So ladies, you gotta get the Cadillac. It'll make you look sexy and wealthy. And the guys, I totally get why you love sports cars. I get it. It's a totally different feel, just so classy. As a matter of fact, Christy was driving the car and she called me and she's like, I'm driving the Cadillac because I feel like a princess. And I said, I know, get your lipstick and your shades on. Well, speaking about the Cadillac Club, we have people that have already earned it. And what we're going to do is bring them out so they can give you all their strategies they put in place. Because in order to earn the Cadillac, there's some qualifications, right? So they're going to share with you exactly, okay, you know, they found out about the Cadillac program, what exactly did they do? You know, because you want to take notes, and then you want to go get in action, you want to implement the strategies, so you can go out there, you know, and come back next year with a Cadillac, okay? So let's bring them out. So our first Cadillac member is Jayme Boyles, National Sales Director. Come on down. Sexy and wealthy. Okay, Lionel Burks, National Vice President. Come on down. Driving that gorgeous. So we're going to start off with Jayme Boyles, and I want to show you just a few pictures because this car, it's more than just a car. It really has made an impact on their lives. So let me get started with Jayme. Okay, there she is. Sorry. Uh-oh. Help again. Okay, don't look at that. Don't look at that yet. Close your eyes. Okay. Okay. Hello. Okay. Hello. Green button. Oh, I know that's it. Okay, there we go. Little gremlins. Okay, go. I did. Okay, stop. Okay, all right, Jayme Boyles. So here's the pictures. This is where you had just received the car. Is that correct? The day you got it. Okay, there's your little boy. How cute. He's already wanting to drive. He's already wanting to go and pick up girls. But so Jayme, so how long have you been driving this car?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. How cool is that? Did you ever dream that you would be driving this gorgeous car, working at home, making the money that you're making now?
I really didn't when I joined the business. I always eventually wanted to be a big time, six-figure earner. And they didn't have the Cadillac program when I joined, so I wasn't shooting for that. But when it was launched, it just the timing was right, and I just went for it. So it's a huge blessing. I never thought when I joined AmeriPlan I would be driving the nice Cadillac and everything that comes with it.
So what impact has it made on your life? Like, what did your children or your relatives, what did they say about this car?
I definitely got a lot of people like, wow, well, wait a minute, you really got the car? My ex at the time, I don't think he believed I was getting the car until it was in the driveway, until they delivered the car. You're not getting the car, are you sure? Yeah, I'm getting the car. But people definitely noticed. People definitely notice that, when I'm driving a luxury vehicle, they see the AmeriPlan logo, well, what's that? What do you do? And, and I always have my kids with me, being a stay-at-home mom and I'm a single mom. You just don't see that. You don't see a mom that's always with their kids, that has a luxury vehicle, that's single, and always has her kids with her. Usually they're, usually married. So yeah, it's made a huge impact. And also just kind of representing, who you are. It's you work hard, you go for it, and you're really rewarded in this company, and they want to treat you, with appreciation and respect. And say you deserve to drive, this luxury car. That's who you are to us, and so you feel like that every time you buy the bill, like loyalty.
Right. Yeah. So what about you? So people see you driving this car. Do they say, "Hey, what's going on?" Or here's my business card, or do anyone want to follow you? I mean, it's like, hello, I'm driving this Cadillac. It's like
That's kind of weird, but hopefully they'll come.
Okay, I'm talking about business, not guys, okay? But we can talk about guys too if you want. It's a business thing.
No, definitely people notice the car. Because I do work both my business online, I don't do a lot of, local,
Okay.
not doing a lot of meetings, like, here's the car, you earned that, and people are like seeing it. And I don't have, like at the gym or, wherever I go, people do, acquaintances do ask me about it because they see the symbol. So I have actually had people ask me, they've inquired information, they've, been interested in the business and things like that. So yes, absolutely. But aside from that, because I do work so much online, I have my kind of like video that I share in a lot of my emails. It's on YouTube. It shows the kind of like being delivered. So you can present the same presence. It's not so much you have to be in front of someone with a car driving in front of them, but they see it. They can see it online too.
So do people call you because from the online they see the video? I mean, if
Yeah,
I
I've definitely
see
got enrollments from YouTube, from
Yeah.
the video. Yeah.
so it help you in your business.
Absolutely. That's actually, I've had prospects, that have actually contacted me. Well, my first question is, have you ever had Cadillac? And I can say yes, and I never brag about it. I've never come across and say, oh yes, I've done this and done that. That's not the way I recruit. But yeah, it has helped, to say, well, I am at least established in the company and the business. I know what I'm doing, and I'm rewarded for my efforts. So that helps.
Yeah. And that they see you as a leader. You earned this Cadillac, and people want to follow leaders, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, it's a beautiful car. Congratulations. All right. So now let's look at Lionel Burks. He's a national vice president. Now you have a little bit of different story because you had already met the qualifications and all of that when you got the Cadillac. So you got the sports car, right?
Two-door.
Okay. He's out of control, by the way. We spoke a few months ago. He's already thinking about 2016, the new version. And he's telling me all these features, and I'm like, okay, Lionel. So, what kind of impact has it made on your business or your life, or can you share that?
Absolutely. The car, being a charter member, that means that you're already in the game, you're doing this bit consistent. And then the award is the Cadillac. When it came out of the program, I obviously noticed that we was already in position to capitalize on that. But after receiving this car, I think I was the first guy to get this car. The first car here in Dallas. It was really fantastic. The thing is that just the car, I drive around and do seminars at the corporate office, and people see the car, and they're really excited about the car. And I said, well, it's not just the car, it's what it stands for. And I said, to me, this car stands for success, and you're on your way. Not just have you arrive, but you're on your way. And everybody want to be involved in something that is positive and lead in the right direction. So I use this car as a tool, not only for me, but as well as the team. So if I can get this car, a retired military guy, I know you guys get this car. It's all about the now and the moment. So what I do, I say, look, this car can happen for you, but you have to go to work and get it. And people say, well, you show me what I need to do. I average about 1 to 2 ideals a month just because of the car. I always get head turns and calls, when you're in a two-door car, that can be a problem sometimes. But I keep it focused, and it really, it keeps you on track. It changed how people see AmeriPlan as well, and they have the logo on the side and say, what's this, AmeriPlan? And I go in my 30-second ad, and I just pitch it that way. But it really is about the lifestyle. And I tell everyone that I come in contact, I can't promise you the car unless you're willing to go to work for yourself, and that's what we do with that.
Now, does that help you with enrollments? Now, you were sharing one time that you invite guests to the corporate office, and you literally park the car right there.
Yes, you see it. Visual is very important in this business. You can talk about it, but you be about it, and they can see that car, and you drive away. That's real. Understandable. And people that's what they want. They want to see real things. And I'm all about keeping it real. And when they see that car, they know that, hey, this guy is telling the truth. And we're doing a presentation. I say, look, see that car out there? That could be your car. And whatever. And we let them know that it happened to you if you decide to go to work for us. And it's a great tool. And the cool thing about it is everybody in this room can attain this car if you choose to do that.
Awesome. So it's a great recruiting tool. So not only, do you want to get the car because you want to look cool and wealthy and sexy, but you also want to use it as a recruiting tool. And yeah, if I would watch a video or somebody would be right there, oh, I got this Cadillac from my company, I would be like, where do I sign? Well, now that I know all the stuff about the cars, I would say, where do I sign? So thank you. All right, so now Martin Corza. Look at all these pictures. You see Mr. MVP, how cute is that with a license plate? And then I love the picture of your family, and what I love about him is that everything in this business is all about his family, his children, and they're here too, so it's so cool. We always talk about the stay-at-home moms, but when I look at my feed, he really is a stay-at-home dad. As a matter of fact, he's got a great story for you guys out there. He's been how many years in the company working now full-time, being with your children 24/7?
I've been a stay-at-home dad for 19 years now.
19 years.
Thanks so very much.
So So your kids were probably very little, right? Well, not this little, but they were little, younger when you started.
Well, actually, my oldest one is 26 now. He was about 5.5 years old when I found this awesome company.
Wow. So you've been there with him all those years.
Absolutely, yes.
How
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Stay-at-home dads, most of them are out there working, being away from their family, and you were doing that at one time, and you said, hey, there's got to be a better way. Right?
Well, I believe that, we either sacrifice time for money or money for time. And in AmeriPlan, we have the ability to have both, time and money. Thanks, AmeriPlan.
So tell us, what is this car, what impact has it made on your life, your business?
Well, it's been a great, it's been a fantastic, impact. And, we made the decision that as a family that we were going to go after the car. Okay? You have to make a decision that that's what you want. And once you make the decision that that's what you want, you just got to develop a plan of action how you're going to get there. But, we actually went to the Cadillac dealership, and we went to look at it and test drove it, and we made the family decision that we were just going to go for it. Then we went home, and I looked at my organization, I looked at where all my numbers. You had to figure it out where you're at, okay? Because there's two ways that you can go. It's like a roadmap to the Cadillac, right? You had to either do it yourself with $10,000 in revenue, or you had to do it as a combination of both personal sales and leadership development. So once you figure out what the qualifications are, or the requirements are, then you have to figure out how you're going to get there. And once we figured it out and I saw what I needed, I said, I need to work on my personal revenue. So I developed a plan of action to get there. And I started focusing on enrolling groups, because that was the fastest way to get the revenue. So I went and enrolled a company with 67 employees with the $75 memberships. So that created about $4,000 in revenue overnight.
Okay, great. So is that one of the strategies you used? Okay, so when AmeriPlan came out and said, hey, we have the Cadillac program, so that's one of the strategies you did right away?
Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to do was, get the Cadillac, and to figure out, how I was going to get there. It's like, okay, do I need to work on my personal revenue? Do I need to work on my, with my team? The reason I really wanted it, okay, is because I believe that in this business, it's not what you say, but it's what you do, okay? So in order for me to promote the Cadillac, as a leader, I needed to qualify for the Cadillac, because that's the only way that you can motivate your team. Lionel is absolutely right. You have to be able to show it. And as a matter of fact, I use it as a recruiting tool as well, because people want to see that this is a real company. As a matter of fact, I recruited a gentleman who is here, a great leader thanks to the Cadillac. And we live in the same luxury apartment complex. He actually gave up a 6-figure income to come and do AmeriPlan full time, because his fiancée loved the Cadillac, and she saw it parked right next to their parking space. It's just like, hey, why should I go buy her a Cadillac where I can actually earn one? Okay, that was their motivation. And I'll tell you what, he's actually flying with his business. He became a fast-track senior. He just became a fast-track executive and fast-track senior executive in less than a week. TJ, thank you. Thanks to AmeriPlan and the Cadillac.
All right, well, thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Jayme. Okay, can you take us back when AmeriPlan first introduced the Cadillac? Did you say, yes, I am racing for it, or were you kind of like me, you're like, I don't know?
I said I'm going for it.
You run for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like challenges, so it was a challenge for me. And I liked that they offered something new. A lot of, similar, home businesses do have a car program, so I was so excited that, we have that to offer now. So
Yes.
I would definitely want to represent that company. As a leader, I definitely feel in leading and achieving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said, I want to race for it, and I think you said you even like envisioned it.
I wrote it down,
Wrote it down.
absolutely, envisioned, just, it was done.
Okay, yeah. So to her, writing it down was very important. And to some people, like with me, I'm a visual person. Like if I was racing for anything, MVP, NSD, anything like that, I like to take, pictures, like somebody that has already achieved that, that level or that Cadillac. Like I know a lot of our team members, what they do, they go to the Cadillac dealership and they take pictures of the Cadillac, and they're like in the Cadillac or outside, and then they take that picture home and they put it next to the computers, and that's what they're racing for. So everyone's different. If, whatever works for you. But in your case, you wrote it down and say, this is it, this is what I'm racing for. Okay, so then you had to go back and say, okay, so what are the qualifications? What am I missing? And then what did you do after that?
I was pretty close, I will say, when they announced the car program. I already had a lot of momentum going in my business, and that's what the beauty of this business will do for you. If you're consistent, month after month, year after year, when the company launches amazing stuff, they're always trying to enhance things for us as IBOs, either bonuses, cars, money, trips. If you're already in the game, you're going to qualify for those things. You might be slightly off, but you're close. If you're working your business consistently. So I was already pretty close. I had a lot of momentum going. I was a little short on my personal MR.
Okay.
So I just decided, I believe we had a promotion that month or something, or the following month, and I just really, went hard with that and enrolled probably 60 IBOs or something and got the car in a month.
I just enrolled 60 IBOs, Just 60 IBOs in a month, the usual stuff. Wow, you were on a mission.
Yeah, like I said, I like challenges. I wanted, to me, it's also being a stay-at-home mom and for years contributing to, my ex-husband's business. I wanted the gratification for myself. I really wanted to say, I did this, I earned this.
Right.
I
It's my
did
car.
this. Yeah, I did this. And so I really wanted that gratification to say, I did this. And I know it does take team effort as well. So definitely thanks to my amazing team, I was able to get the car as well. But we had a lot of momentum going. So.
Okay. So did you have meetings with your team? Or?
Yes, absolutely. But it wasn't about, hey guys, let's get the car for me. It's all about it's all about how you can help someone else. As a leader, it's not ever about yourself. It's about are we shooting for senior, executive, national, whatever your goals are. Are you trying to get in the 5-month, or the Centennial now, but at that time it was 5 a month. Whatever their goals are, really try to help them reach that. So yeah, team meetings, acknowledging the top producers in your team, even offering contests. It could be something small, like a bracelet. I've offered money, to top producers before as well. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, but people like to be acknowledged, and sometimes they'll work harder for recognition over something that's monetary or tangible. So that definitely, working closely with my team, but not making it about myself at all.
Right. And as you're helping them, it's helping you too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you had mentioned something about you doubled all your production and you also gave them leads. So it doesn't have to be necessarily like money or things like that. I mean,
Yeah, your team. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I give leads to my team as well. So during that time, lots of leads. It could be leads even I've called once, or it could be people that emailed me resume. I call them resume leads. It could be really inexpensive penny leads that I purchase. It could be leads I called, again, once or twice that you're recycling. And a lot of times, the ones that are working are going to work those leads and they can get, enrollments from them.
yeah.
Leads, if you're if you have a ton of leads, a lot of times we call them one time because we have so many people to go through.
Right.
So absolutely, recycle those leads to your team. But yeah, I definitely did that. I doubled everything, and I believe when you really hit milestones in this company, it's because you do that little extra bit. It's either, usually it's a combination of all, doubling advertising, which means your leads are going to be, doubled. Conversations, definitely, picking up the phone that one last time you don't feel like it, calling that one prospect back when it's, you're tired. Whatever it is, staying up late and doing that extra bit of advertising, it's really just making that sacrifice to reach your goals.
Right, awesome. Yeah, there's plenty of ways that you can help your team grow, while you're getting to the Cadillac. And kind of cool is like, you're helping them, and of course, it's helping you too. That's what I love this industry. It's not like it's all about me. It's like, let's go and help all these people move. And they gladly, if somebody would call me and say, hey, I am racing, let's join together, let's collaborate, let's lock arms, and let's go and do this big thing. People always say, yes, count me in. I mean, they always do. Then we tell them, I'm going to be here with you, we're going to work this together. And for leads, I mean, there's so many places you can buy inexpensive leads. And our people are happy to work leads, they're free. I mean, it's like, so thank you, I like those strategies. So I hope you guys are taking notes. Okay, Lionel, like we were talking earlier, so your story is a little bit different. When they introduced the Cadillac program, you had been around for a while, so you already had met all the qualifications, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Were you like me, were like, let me think about it? Or did you I'm in, where do I sign?
Well, no, I knew once they roll out this program, they had the numbers, I said, oh, this is cool, I got this,
You got it?
At that time, I said, well, this could be great for the team. It was Chris team straight. Now I got something to give more incentives to the team. Hey, look, if you stay working consistent, year in, year out, stay in your game, stay in your lane, just continue to go, you can win with this, and you can get the Cadillac. And I believe when they rolled out the numbers at qualification, I said, well, I got this car. I was waiting for the call from Linda. I remember that day she called me up, said, hey, guess what? You qualified for this Cadillac. I said, really? I was so excited. I already knew it. I kind of played it a little bit. But I said, really? I said, okay, what I need to do. And that was it. So. But the strategy, if you want to get into strategy of getting a good car, and if that's what you want, you have to really get committed. I believe that a lot of IBOs will come and say they want this, but they're not willing to pay the price to achieve this. And I tell them, it's a journey. It will be up and it will be down. You got to stay the course. And I think Demetri hit it on early on stage is that you got to stay consistent, persistent. And when you fall down, you got to get back up. Look at the car, take a picture, and you got to shout through what you really want from this business. And when you do that, you're going to achieve it. A lot of IBOs will come in and they will say they want the car, but when we tell them what it takes to get the car, they're like, well, I don't think I want this car right now. So it's really, if you really want it, and you're willing to go to work for it, it's here. But I think some of the programs you want to get in is the Centennial Club. We just talked about it on stage. Demetri did a great job on that. The Centennial Club is what's up. If you want to get numbers and run numbers, I think Kathleen said it best. The goal is 10, go for 50, and stack it up, and just compound effort in this business. That's what it's about. And there's no secret, there's no magic pill you're going to take to win, get the Cadillac. Everybody goes through the process.
And by the way, I am so glad you mentioned about your team, because once I got the Cadillac, it inspired more of our team members, and I thought, oh, if I would have known that, I would have accepted it right away. But people want to see their upline, earning this Cadillac, because it inspires them to go and get it done too. Now, you also talked about how many IBOs, or did you have little numbers, facts, okay, do this per month, so you can achieve it by the end of the year?
Absolutely. Well, once we had the Cadillac in place here, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a PowerPoint so I can show IBOs what it looks like to go for this car. And, sometimes you can talk about the car and get them all hyped up, but that's only as good as the last to leave you. And but if you do, I'd say 50 IBOs, but remember, it's just really important because they stay on the books a long time. If a person get a membership and they use it, you can't get it back from them, So what that tells me, You should have a balanced business. If I'm doing 50 plus IBOs a year, I'm probably going to have about 100 memberships a year, right? That's what you talk about on the, my EP challenge. You know, I think that's a great goal to have. You imagine having 100 members a year and 50 IBOs. That's a great team. And you develop the IBOs to do the same. You could, well, I can get 75,000 in the new AmeriPlan a year. No question about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have learned a lot from Lionel. He's been on a couple of our AP challenge calls, and I love how he talks about, he goes out there looking for members, and then a lot of those people upgrade to IBOs, right?
Absolutely. Every member has the potential to be IBO. I think what you have to do with that is, once you have to close the membership first, and get the check, get the credit card. Do not, like I said this morning, don't proceed to IBO until you close out the membership. Once you become a member, you say, oh, by the way, if you know someone that would like to make some extra money, however, you might not need this, but give them my phone number. And then the lady said the other day, oh, you can make money? I said, absolutely. I said, you know, if you already signed up for a membership, it's $39.95. However, for $49.95, you can get the membership, everything you want. Addition to, you can have a business that you can share with your friends and get paid off for that, and we'll pay for your membership. Oh, that's not. I said, well, that's cool. We tear up the membership and we write up for IBO. How cool is that?
Awesome. Isn't that great? Okay, so Martin, so now that you earned the Cadillac, are any of your team members, are they like coming up to you and say, hey, Martin, can you share, you know, action plans? Because we talked earlier, last week, you talked about how it was very important to you to make sure you had an action plan, set goals for it. So what were your weekly goals, monthly goals, or how did you do that?
Well, I believe that, you know, you can break it down. You can break it down. So, you know, Larry was talking about 50 IBOs a year. So if you break it down, it's basically, you know, two IBOs a week times 50 weeks. You know, or 2 members per week for 50 weeks, that's 100 customers, and 1 IBO a week for 50 weeks, that's 50 IBOs a year. So that's a good way to break it down. That becomes, you know, possible in your own mind, because I believe that what holds people back is, you know, in their own minds. You know, whether they believe it or not, they're going to get exactly what they believe that they can actually go after the Cadillac, they will. But if they have doubts, if they don't really believe that it's possible, they're also absolutely right about that. So you only get what you believe that is possible for you. So how many of you want the Cadillac? How many of you want to drive the Cadillac next year? Okay. So, you know, if you believe it, you will get it. You just got to apply that consistent effort that we talked about, right? The diligent effort. 7 to 10 to 15 hours a week, every week, okay? And it happened. We haven't done anything different other than following the system, and everything is tied together. You can either say, okay, I'm gonna be driving my business with the AmeriPlan Cadillac goal, or I'm gonna be driving my business with a 6-figure income goal. But both of them will lead you to either one of them. So if it's the car that is driving you, you'll get to the 6-figure income with the car. Or, if the income is driving you, guess what? You also get the income and the car. And that's awesome. That's exactly what this is all about. So, you know, the Cadillac is just an extra reward that the company is going to give to you for a job well done. And it's all about helping people. So, you gotta develop a plan of action. So you gotta say, you know what? I teach my people. You wanna go for the Cadillac? All you need right now with the current system is 3 people on your front line that actually wanna go for the Cadillac. Because if you think about it, let's say that they just wanna go do it themselves. That's $10,000 in revenue. Each one of them, right? So they can get the Cadillac. Guess what? They just created $4,000 a month in residual income for each one of them. Okay, so on their personal revenue, so they produce $10,000. That's 40%. That's $4,000 in residual income. You will have 3 people on your front line that go for the Cadillac. They produce $10,000 each. You're going to override them by 15%. That's $1,500 times 3. That's $4,500 plus $4,000 on your personal residuals. Folks, that's $8,500. That's equal to a 6-figure residual income. Very simple.
Okay. So what do you think, guys? Did you get some ideas on what does it really take to get a Cadillac? And I'm listening here to them and I'm like, okay, well, they're talking about being consistent, and we hear that a lot, don't we? Be consistent, be consistent. Well, you know, it really is true. If you're in the game, you know, Jayme Boyle, all of you are in the game. You're not wishy-washy about it. You know, this is your business and you're serious about it. If you're consistent, you get together with your team and say, hey, you know, let's race for this. Let's is a very powerful word. You know, it shows that we're all doing it together. People want to be a part of something big, but if you're not out there, you know, getting a hold of your team, and speaking it, they're not going to go do it, you know. Some of them will do, don't get me wrong, but most people look up to the leader. They want you to guide them. They need you. They need you to speak it, and they need you to guide them. So be that leader. Now, so Jayme, I love your story. I mean, if I was you know, if you were my upline, I would be so inspired. You know, stay-at-home mom, single mom. It's like, I would be like, wow, you know, I want to be part of her organization. Look at her driving that Cadillac. So I know it's been really rewarding, you know, just watching you just go to the top. And I tell you, once they announce all this great stuff, she will be a 6-figure income earner very, very soon. So before we wrap it up, I think I wanted them to come up here and share just one more little piece of advice, you know, share their heart, because we want all of you to be in that Cadillac. We want you to be, you know, driving in it, seeing, you know, the wind in your hair, the driving those cool glasses, the lipstick, and you know, all that stuff. You know, it's cool. I mean, it feels like you're driving this reward. And every time, don't you feel every time you get in the car, you're like, wow, I did it, you know, and look at my company, and you feel proud of all of that. And not only that, but your family sees that, your children see you, you know, getting a Cadillac. And, you know, and you're showing great examples to them that, wow, it's like, look at my mom or my dad, you know, they worked hard, they stay consistent, and look at them now. You know, if you kind of windbound, you know, we're teaching our children, oh, we'll come in here, and if it doesn't work out, that's okay. You know, you don't have to win that. You know, make a decision. I'm going to do this for my family, and besides, you know, Dean, you know, was already looking at the car going, yeah, Mom, you really should get it. and now he gets to drive it too, so anyway, you guys want to come up and share just really, you know, come up close to the stage and share one last piece of advice. Sure, come up here. One last piece of advice. Just share your heart with them.
I just want to say that truly, from the bottom of my heart, anything is possible in this company. You know, I come from a humble background. I was in a rough marriage, and I was able to leave that unhealthy situation because of this company. Keep my dignity, continue to take care of my kids, live in Southern California, drive a Cadillac. I don't know, obviously, any single moms that can do that. So I know what this company has done for me, and we're really, truly only limited by our habits, our thoughts, and our own minds, because we really can achieve anything we want in this company. The sky is the limit. I truly believe that. So just go for it. Definitely keep your why in front of you. It has to be bigger than your fear. Absolutely. We all have those. We have fears of failure. We even have fears of success. We're afraid of what others will think of us. What if I do succeed? Oh my gosh, what will so-and-so think? You place our focus on why you're here, why you're truly here, and never ever, you know, give up. The sky really is the limit, and I'm living proof of that. You know, I had I mean, coming in here, I really had no experience. Horrible thought fears. 3.5 months RSD. You know, it took me 6 weeks to enroll my first IBO. A spouse that was told me I couldn't do the business, you name it, I had that obstacle. I'm just here to say that, you know, anything really truly is possible, absolutely, without a doubt in this company. Just believe it. Whatever, you know, your goals are, you absolutely can achieve it for yourself and your family here. So just go for it, guys.
Just go for it. All right. Thank you, Jayme.
Okay, how much time I have? I'm just kidding. You know, this business, the Cadillac, it's just a platform for you. I believe you have to challenge yourself, number one, because this business in the future is about directions. Challenge yourself first, then challenge the team. Don't challenge the team, don't challenge yourself. Do it first, put your mask on, be positive about this business, speak into their lives of your business partner. Make a commitment to your business partner. Don't sign them and leave them. You hear that all the time. Go through the process. You know, you got to talk to people. We use the little thing, talk to people, TTP, right? That's absolutely, that won't change. You know, you have to be in the moment. Love on your business partners. I mean, you can't do it for them, but you got to be there for them. Meet them halfway, and I think you'll be okay. I think you have to get mad in this business. You know, get really, really mad about your situation. And if your situation is really bad, and you can't go nowhere but up, and you use that as a motivation, then the sky's the limit. But get mad, make a decision to do this. If that's a Cadillac, if that's what you want, it's yours. I think training, if you train right, you already received the car. It's there. It's just a matter of you going to pick it up. That's what I got for you. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Martin.
All right. Are you all excited? Yes. Well, what can I share with you? There's so many aspects of my AmeriPlan career that I would love to share with you. But I'm going to give you what I think is really valuable. Okay? I don't know what your situation is today and the sacrifice you made to be here, but we honor that. And let me tell you that 21 years ago, Dennis, came to do a PR presentation in San Antonio, and that was the only time I just been in the business about 2 or 3 months. And I was the only time he's seen me a little bit down. Normally I'm very excited about life, and that's all he needed to ask. He said, "Come over here, Martin, let's go have a cup of coffee." And that, the only thing he asked was, "What's going on with you?" And my goodness, and I just told him everything that was going on with me. And he's a great listener, by the way. He just looked at me and he said, "Martin, if I can get you to change your focus for everything that is going on right now in your life, and focus on the solution, instead of the problem. Because right now you're totally focused on everything that is going on in your life. And if I can get you to change your mind, okay, and focus on the solution, all of your issues that you're currently having would absolutely disappear." And you know what? That really changed my life in AmeriPlan, because I was able to walk away from all of these issues that were holding me back and apply and put my focus on the solution. And that totally changed my life. I'm gonna share with you, because it's not fun to be struggling. I believe that there's 2 prices in life that we pay. The price of a struggle or the price of success. A lot of people just think that there's only one price to pay in life, and that is the price of success. But the price of a struggle is greater than the price of success. So I'd rather pay the price of the success, not the struggle. How about you? That's why you are here. And let me tell you something. This is something that I believe that people need to be educated about. There's 3 categories, economic categories, that people fall under all the time. And this is something that I teach. I said, first of all, there's people that have too much money and very little what? Very little time. That's category number one, right? Those are the people that have to go to work every single day to maintain the lifestyle, right? But then there's the other category of people that have too much time and very little what? Right. And then there's the third category. Those are the people that have very little time and very little money, living paycheck to paycheck. I was in that category 21 years ago, folks. AmeriPlan, the reason AmeriPlan makes all the sense in the world is because AmeriPlan has created a new category where you can have plenty of money and plenty of what? You no longer have to sacrifice one thing for another. You can have the best of both worlds. So if you want the Cadillac, you want the 6-figure income, you can come get an AmeriPlan. Thank you very much.